Thanks, Your Honor.
Hey, then the state may call its first witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. State calls Riley Jefferson.
That defendant here in the court.
I can grab him. I wasn't sure if the deputy grabs him or if I do.
You can.
I will grab him. Okay.
They might not know who that is. You'll just step up here next to the table. Right there, raise your right hand, face the court clerk.
You're the clerk? All right.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this pending cause shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Have a seat up here at the witness stand. You can sit down for examination if you'd like to.
And Your Honor, I apologize.
If you'll pull the microphone over closer to you.
Is there an Elmo at council table for exhibits?
What?
An Elmo, a display screen?
I don't know what Elmo means.
Okay.
Well, I know what Elmo, who Elmo is, but I don't know what Elmo is.
That's a cartoon.
Yeah.
In this courtroom now, we don't have it.
Okay,
If
no
there's
problem.
something you wanted to, if you have it on a jump drive or thumb drive, we can do that, but.
Okay, I just had paper, some documents. I didn't know if there's a mechanism to show them like on a screen for the witness, but I can.
Kind of like an overhead projector is what.
Correct, Your Honor, projector, yeah.
No,
Okay, no problem.
there's not.
Okay. Okay, can you
Go ahead,
please,
you may inquire.
thank you, Your Honor. Can you please state your first name
Riley
and your last name?
Jepson,
And where do you work?
Idaho Farm Bureau.
And how long have you worked there?
14 years.
Okay. And what do you do there?
Insurance agent.
And what sort of training have you received as an insurance agent?
Well, initially, going through the initial exams, to be a certified agent, licensing, and then continuing education every couple of years. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And are you on the sales side, like selling policies?
That's correct. Servicing, selling,
Okay.
risk
And then-
management.
Okay, and then helping clients with existing policies?
Correct.
Okay. And are you familiar with the defendant in this case, David Price?
Yes.
Okay, and how so?
He's my client.
Okay, how long has he been your client?
Oh, let's see, so I've been an agent for 14 years, but 6 years I've been directly contracted with Farm Bureau. So since 6 years,
Okay.
I guess, yeah.
And is he present here today?
Yes.
Okay. Can you identify him by article of clothing he's wearing and where he's seated?
David's right there. Carhartt shirt, yeah,
He's seated at council table?
correct.
Okay. Did he submit a claim to Farm Bureau on April 29, 2024?
The exact date, I can't say for sure, but yes, he did submit a claim, I remember.
Okay.
Sometime in that time, yeah, time frame.
Okay, in that April 2024 timeframe?
Correct.
Okay. And what was the nature of the claim?
Claim on a boat,
And do you remember what type of boat?
jet boat, I believe.
Okay. Do you remember if there was damage on the boat?
Yeah, yes, I obviously didn't look at it personally, but that would be the reasoning of turning the claim in, yeah.
Okay, so
Some sort of damage, yeah.
Okay, so it was a claim involving a boat accident?
Correct.
Okay. And you were the assigned agent for that claim?
I was the agent on the policy, correct? I wouldn't be
Okay.
assigned an agent at the time of a claim. The adjuster is
Sure.
who would be assigned, yeah.
Okay, so you kind of deal with the customer and the claims adjuster, I guess, investigates the claim?
The claims adjuster would adjust the claim and
Sure.
help determine values and adjust accordingly, yeah.
Okay, and that's not really your role?
Correct, it's not. No.
Okay. So what was your involvement in this claim?
Trying to kind of be a mediator between the client and the adjuster, sometimes it can be helpful, especially in this case where there was a distance between the second adjuster that was assigned. Can pass documents, can, help the adjuster understand some things. Sometimes we can help them, help the client understand things. So kind of just a mediator sometimes, kind of a
Sure.
middleman, but no determining of values, I don't have the authority to do that,
Okay. And did you speak to Mr. Price after this claim was filed?
Yes, after the claim, yeah.
Okay. And what did that conversation involve?
The original adjuster, I believe, was Shane, his name. And, I spoke to, I think multiple times, David and I had conversations about the value of the boat. Comparables weren't necessarily appropriate, or it was hard to find because of the nature of the claim. It was a very unique boat.
Okay.
Just having conversations about that with the adjuster here and there, and then David, trying to help out on what we could do to take care of our client.
Okay. Did you discuss the bill of sale for the boat?
Originally that was after having a hard time getting comparables and things. That was what was recommended by the adjusters, to have invoices of anything or the bill of sale. So that was communicated to David at that time, bill of sale or invoices, anything to help us see a higher value, to help them out because of the nature of the custom boat.
Okay.
So,
And did the bill of sale get delivered to you?
it was at my office, yes, I think it got dropped off at my office. The exact date, I don't know. I do have on my email notes that it was on my desk, so I don't know if my assistant would have been there, and I forwarded
Sure.
that at that point to the adjuster.
Okay. Does July 31st, 2024 sound accurate?
Yes. Am I allowed to look at my notes or no?
You can reference your notes, just not, you have to read off them.
Once you're done looking at them, you need to turn them back over upside down before you start to testify.
July 30th, 2024 is when that bill of sale was forwarded to the adjuster, Ben, who was the second adjuster on the claim.
Okay. Was it July 30th or the 31st?
I have July 30th.
Okay. Just July 30th in your notes?
A screenshot of my actual email.
Okay. And where's your office located?
Here in Idaho Falls.
Okay. And is that in the state of Idaho?
Correct.
Okay. And is it possible it was dropped off the day before and then it was processed on the 31st?
The email, I forwarded it on the 30th is what my email actually says. So
Okay.
whether it was dropped off the day before,
Okay.
yes, it's possible it could have been dropped off the day before, but the day I forwarded it was July 30th.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 1.
Yes, thank you.
Okay, what is this document?
The bill of sale that was dropped off, or obviously a copy of the bill of sale.
Okay, and this was by David Price.
I believe that's who dropped it off. I can't tell you. I wasn't present when it was dropped off, so.
Okay. Did you have a conversation with Mr. Price after confirming that he dropped off the bill of sale?
I guess I don't know if I recall that day having a conversation with him that,
Okay.
yeah.
Or not that day, any time after confirming it? he
I
dropped off?
don't know if I even did at that point. I just forwarded it to the adjuster to take care of the claim.
Sure. And is that a true and accurate depiction of the bill of sale?
Yes, the one I received, yes.
Okay. Move to admit and publish, Your Honor.
Any objection, counsel?
Yes, I'd like to ask one question, any objection?
You may, go ahead.
You did not see who dropped it off, did you?
I wasn't present when it was dropped off, so.
I didn't check foundation.
Your response.
Thank you, Your Honor. Again, I do believe we have adequate foundation. He discussed the bill of sale. He knew it was going to be dropped off. He arrived shortly thereafter. His assistant handed him the bill of sale. I believe there is an adequate foundation that's been laid by the state.
There's certainly adequate foundation that this is the bill of sale that this witness forwarded to the adjuster. And where it came from and all of that, I think still, I mean, it's being developed, I suppose. And you can ask, both sides can ask questions along those lines, but as far as it being submitted, admitted to the court as the bill of sale that the witness forwarded to the adjuster, it is admitted for at least that purpose.
Thank you, Your Honor. So this is the bill of sale you forwarded to the adjuster in this case?
Correct.
Okay. And what's the vote on the bill of sale?
I'm able to read it off of the exhibit.
You may.
Yes.
Yeah, it shows a 05 Northwest boat.
And who was listed as the buyer?
David Price.
And who was listed as the seller?
Neil Andrus.
Okay. And what's the price listed?
$215,000.
And was it signed by signed at the bottom?
Correct. Yes.
And who was it signed by?
That I can't, I mean,
Okay.
yeah, there's a signature on there. I can't depict who did or didn't sign it.
Okay, that's okay. Just appears to be signed.
I wasn't present at that time. You know, it's not notarized or,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. What did you do next after receiving this?
Forwarded it to the adjuster.
Okay, who was the adjuster at the time?
At that time, it was Ben.
Do you know his last name?
I think it's pronounced Altiano, or,
Okay, and he's another employee at Farm Bureau?
he's an adjuster there, correct?
Okay. And what happened after that?
Honestly, I don't know exactly on his side what he determines with that. I'm assuming that the claim was settled and paid out,
Okay.
but that you'd have to, you know, what he did with the bill of sale is, you know, that's his job,
Sure.
so.
And I believe you said before you don't remember additional conversations you had with Mr. Price after this was dropped off?
After it was dropped off, as far as determining values or anything like that, that would have been up to the adjuster.
Okay.
For the claim.
What about payment for the claim? Did he call you asking you about that?
Not that I recall. Yeah, I mean,
Okay, so you don't remember if you did or didn't have conversations?
correct, yeah, there could have been a conversation.
Okay. And you don't investigate claims at all, it's not your role?
Not at all.
Okay. No further questions from the state, Your Honor.
Mr. Swafford, any cross-examination?
Thank you. Mr. Jepson, then you're not, apparently you were not aware of the circumstances under which this document was created, were you?
No, I wasn't present when the document was
Okay,
created.
and you don't know the purpose for which it's created, correct?
No.
Have you seen the proof of loss that was filed by Mr. Price in this matter?
I actually haven't, no. That would be the adjuster.
Do you agree that at no time have you seen any proof of loss where he claimed a loss of $215,000?
I did not, no. Again, I'm an agent, so I would not be on the sworn proof of loss side.
In all of your, sir, you've dealt with Mr. Price for more than 6 years, correct?
Correct,
And you insured quite a few items of property.
correct.
And was there anything about your circumstances and interaction with Mr. Price after this boat was damaged that indicated to you that he was trying to defraud Farm Bureau?
No.
Anything in your circumstances or interaction that appeared that he didn't believe the boat was worth as much as it cost repair? Maybe rephrase that.
Okay.
Was Mr. Price adamant that all he was asking for was the repair of the boat?
Yes, I believe so. I believe he wanted to maintain the boat because it was a custom item.
And would it be correct that Farm Bureau continues to insure Mr. Price to this day?
Correct.
In fact, writes several policies with premiums fairly substantial.
Correct.
And so they have not modified, canceled, or adjusted any claim or any policy as a result of this supposed fraudulent claim.
No.
No further questions.
I just have a couple follow-ups, Your Honor. So to your knowledge, what was the purpose of Mr. Price submitting this bill of sale?
To show and justify the value of the boat that was involved in the claim.
I have to object on a culture of speculation as to what Mr. Price intended.
I'll sustain the objection unless there's some foundation to support that.
Sure. Your Honor, I'm just testifying as to, I'm just having the witness, again, the witness had conversations with Mr. Price about the
And you
claim.
can ask them those questions.
Sure. Okay, so going back to the conversations you had with Mr. Price, this was about a claim for this boat.
Correct.
Okay. And in order to get paid out on the claim, you requested a bill of sale?
Yes, again, the adjuster communicating with me, although it's not my job to determine value, just that he had a hard time finding comparables along that because of the uniqueness, customness of the
Sure.
boat. So the adjuster relaying to me to help relay to my client anything that would help invoices, the bill of sale would be the best item because
Sure.
showing value would help us, or help him in this scenario, I guess not us, because, but help him pay the most that he could, for the boat, obviously under policy circumstances, so.
Okay, so get the most value for the claim.
Yeah,
Okay.
or the accurate value of the boat,
And you don't remember if Mr. Price told you I'm gonna be bringing in a bill of sale?
I know multiple times, I encouraged him to do so. Yeah, he may have stated, I can't say exactly if he did say, hey, I'm gonna bring it in this day or not. Yeah.
Okay, but you discussed with him bringing in a bill of sale?
Correct, yeah.
Okay.
Because of the distance also with the adjuster in this case.
Sure.
Or else the adjuster probably could have just went and got it himself. But acting again as a middleman to make it easy for both of them, just willing to scan something in to forward it. Yeah.
Okay. No further questions, John.
All right, thank you for your testimony. You may step down. This defendant under subpoena. This witness under subpoena.
Yes, he is, but yeah, he can be excused, Your Honor.
All right. You're released from your subpoena. You may stick around if you want to. You can wait in the courtroom and watch, or you're free to go.
Your Honor, the state calls Ben Oltanu. Next, I will go and grab him.
All right, thank you. You stand right there, raise your right hand, you'll be sworn by the court clerk.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this pending cause shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
You can come up here to the witness. You may proceed, counsel.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you please state your first and last name?
Ben Oltano.
Sorry, did you say Oltano?
Oltanu. Say it
Okay.
different.
Okay, it can be either way.
Yeah.
Okay.
And how do you spell your last name?
Olteanu.
O-L-T.
Eanu.
Thank you.
Okay, and where do you work?
Farm Bureau Insurance.
Okay, how long have you worked there?
Almost 6 years, in a couple months.
And what's your current position there?
Claims adjuster.
And what sort of training do you receive as a claims adjuster?
We go through like a CCC training yearly. I would say almost quarterly. We have meetings, so we get training on how we value vehicles, because we do all motor vehicles, boats, ATVs, stuff like that.
Okay.
So we do quite a bit of
Sure.
training on that.
So your main role is determining value of items for claims?
Yes.
Okay. And is there a specific process you follow when you get a claim?
Yeah, when I get a claim, I'll make initial contact with the insurer or third party, explain him the total loss process, where we go. From then I go, if I can, inspect the vehicle and then run a value based off its mileage and VIN.
Okay. Approximately how many claims have you handled in your career?
I do about 350 a year, so I'm in close to 2,000 on
Okay.
on the low end.
Okay. Are you familiar with David Price?
Yes.
Okay, and how so?
I got the claim from another adjuster, and he's our insured, turning a boat claim.
Okay, he's a Farm Bureau insurance client?
Yes.
Okay. And what was the date of this claim?
April 29th, 2024.
Okay. And who was the claim made to?
Farm Bureau Insurance.
Okay. And is Inland Marine, is that a subsidiary of Farm Bureau?
Yes.
Okay. And you said the claim was regarding damage to a boat?
Yes. I think it was like a 2005. Can't remember the actual manufacturer of it.
Sure. The boat was a 2005 year boat?
Yeah, River Boat.
Okay. And did you inspect the boat?
I did not. I had prior adjuster had some photos, and then I also had another adjuster go out there a couple months later to look at it.
Okay. Did you review photos of the boat for the claim?
Yes, photos and then repair estimate.
Okay. And that's standard procedure for claims?
Yeah.
Okay. And did you receive a repair estimate for the boat?
Yes, I think when the claim filed for, I think somewhere around 149, 150, I think, for the repair estimate to fix the boat.
Okay. And why was that estimate significant?
Because it ended up causing the boat to total out. As Farm Bureau autos or boats or something, we have up to 75% of a boat's or vehicle value to repair.
Okay.
And that caused it to go over that threshold.
Okay. Okay, so the repairs cost more than the value of the boat?
It went over the 75% threshold we have to fix a vehicle or boat or ATV.
Okay. Okay. So what happened next?
I ran the CCC valuation off the information I had. I did prior get that claim from another adjuster who ran the value as well. So with that, I ended up doing some research and then reran the value.
Okay. Can you explain what a CCC valuation is?
CCC is a system that all insurance companies use to value a vehicle, boat, anything with a VIN number.
You know, it's with inclusion of all insurance companies, because that's incorrect.
Most insurance companies use CCC value.
Okay. And obviously Farm Bureau uses it.
Yep.
Okay. And you use that system to determine the value of this boat?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened next?
I went ahead and ran the value, came up with some numbers, and then called the insured and told them the numbers.
Okay, what did that conversation entail?
Just what the findings I came up with the CCC valuation. I think since the prior adjuster already had the value, my job was
I'm
to
just objecting, ask a question, any objection.
You may.
You're attempting to testify from something, from a document you received from another company called CCC Intelligent Solutions, correct?
Yes.
And you don't have that with you, correct?
I have one of the reports. We ran so many of them.
There are 3 of them, is there not?
There's probably, yeah, I can't specify for sure.
You're suggesting you're going to testify from the contents of that document, is that correct?
Yes and no.
I would object, it's hearsay, Your Honor. That's evidence rule.
And Your Honor, I do have a CCC report, at least I can hand him to refresh his recollection.
Well, does that address the hearsay nature?
I can move on to a different topic, Your Honor. So getting away from the CCC estimate,
You may do so.
what was your conversation with Mr. Price?
I gave him 3 options to settle the claim.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to remember them as good as I can.
Okay.
The first option was the insurance company would take his boat and his title. He would get, I think, $110
Okay.
is what we came up with the ACV value of the boat.
And what's ACV?
The actual cash value of the boat
Okay.
is what we determined the value of the boat to be
Okay.
as a Farm Bureau.
Okay.
Second option was buyback options. If insureds want to keep their vehicles or boats, they get the lesser value plus the salvage, and that came out to $71,000, I think, and some change for him to keep the boat with the salvage title.
And receive around 71,000.
71,000, yes, around 71. And then third option would be up to that percentage to fix the boat, and there would be no branding, so it'd be cash in lieu of repairs. We would give him 63,000, and then he would go fix it, whichever way he wanted to go fix it.
Okay. And which option did Mr. Price take?
He declined all of them.
And why is that?
He wanted, if I can remember correctly, he wanted more money for the boat.
Okay, more than was being offered by Farm Bureau?
Yes.
Okay. And did he submit anything to substantiate that request?
I did request some type of documentations to justify, to my best of knowledge, I think he wanted 150, but his policy limit. So he wanted 150, he felt the boat was worth at least 150, so in order for me to pay out, I would need some type of documentation showing that vehicle being worth that kind of money.
Sure. And did you receive that?
I did.
And where did you get that from?
I got it from his agent, he emailed me.
Okay, was that
The bill
Riley
of sale.
Jefferson?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna show you what has already been admitted and published as State's Exhibit 1. Is this the bill of sale you were just referencing?
Yes,
Okay. And to your knowledge, Mr. Price submitted that to try to get more money?
yes,
Objection, calls for speculation, conjecture, Your Honor. There's no establishment, it's came from Mr. Price.
Based on lack of foundation, I'll sustain the objection at this point.
So, to your knowledge, this came from Riley Jefferson?
yes, his agent. He was helping me with the claim.
Okay. And did you talk to Mr. Price about this bill of sale?
No,
Okay. And whose name is on the bill of sale?
Objection been asked and answered.
Overruled.
David Price and Neil Andreas?
Okay. And what's the sale price on there?
$215.
Okay. And did you pay that amount to Mr. Price?
No, I didn't.
And why not?
With all the research I did and calling around with the CCC value, the boat was not worth $215.
Okay. So based on your investigation, that payment wasn't appropriate?
No.
Okay.
And if I could add that to it, he also insured it for $150, so even if it ever did come out, we would only pay up, the policy limit would be $150, what he insured it for.
Okay. Okay, so to your knowledge, he insured it lower than what his alleged purchase price was?
Yes.
Okay. And what happened next?
I emailed the agent the final settlement amount with all the breakdowns and put in the arbitration clause that if it doesn't agree with the value, you could take Farm Bureau to arbitration.
Okay, you emailed, sorry, Mr. Price or Mr. Jefferson?
I think I emailed both of them. I emailed Mr. Price and CC'd his agent in the email.
Okay. Again, that was you denying the request for additional funds?
Yes.
Okay. No further questions from the state, Your Honor.
Give me just a moment to get caught up on my notes.
Thank you.
Hold on just a minute.
I'm sorry, I apologize.
I gotta get caught up.
You too.
All right. You may inquire.
Thank you. So you never inspected the boat, but apparently someone did, correct?
Yes.
Was that Mr. Tubbs, to the best you could recall?
Yes.
And did he make a list of all the accessories and add-ons which had been purchased and added to it by Mr. Price during his ownership?
I'm not 100% sure because that's her part of the claim, but I know he submitted those lists to the prior adjuster when I first started with a list of add-ons.
Did anyone ever verify with Mr. Price that they were using a correct list of add-ons and options and accessories on this boat?
Shane did, who was a prior adjuster. That's why he came up with that value more than what I did.
And is there anything in writing? And then I've got your file, it's about 1,000 pages here.
Mm-hmm.
And I have found nothing in the file which reflects a list prepared by Mr. Price, kept by Farm Bureau, of the accessories and options he put on the boat before he used it.
I can't recall to that. I know Shane put notes in there about those accessory items, the extra items.
Now, CCC is just a common resource for, primarily for automobile valuations, correct?
Just about anything with wheels.
Except that they're all AI, aren't they? Artificial intelligence, that's all it is, isn't it?
No, I talked to real people there. It's all big systems.
Isn't that an AI report? Doesn't it say that on the report itself?
I'm gonna Jack Aston answer, Your Honor.
Overruled. You may answer the question.
I don't know. I don't know that.
You don't know?
No.
And the second thing, to your knowledge, did anyone ever value this as a custom-made boat?
I did.
You did? And how did you, what were the differences you found between a custom-made boat and an assembly line boat?
I mean, don't really know how to answer that because,
Do you have any idea what the differences are?
I mean, you get pick what you want from scratch basically for a custom boat, like a custom boat. Is that what you're asking?
No, I'm asking you. You said you compared it and valued it as a custom-made boat. Now, in doing that, you had to determine how a custom-made boat was different from an assembly line production boat, correct?
Well, they value them all the same off the VIN number. So if his VIN number, like a VIN number will have those items associated with that boat. The engines, are you talking more like engines and stuff like that?
Said CCC could not find a VIN for this boat, could they?
I can't remember. I have to look at the report again.
It said failed on each report they provided. They couldn't find a VIN, could they?
I'm gonna object, Your Honor.
I
The
don't
defense
know.
counsel is testifying.
Sustained.
May I ask, please, refresh his collection, his recollection, Your Honor, with the document? And what I'm finding is the document you provided me, beginning on page 227 and ending on 234, consisting of a CC1 market valuation report, and it's dated 8/19 of 24. May I ask if it reflects his collection, his recollection, Your Honor?
Sir, what were the base numbers?
It's 227, and the last page of this report is 234, and I'm going to be looking at page 234 primarily. I just want to submit part.
And that's from what report?
It is their CC evaluation report dated 8/19 of 24. That's the last one.
Dated 8/19.
8/19, yes.
2024. Any objection to that, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
Then that may be handed to the witness to refresh their
Thank you.
memory. We're not going to mark it at this point.
No. Sir, would you go to the last page of that, at the very bottom of that, you'll see the page numbers, it's 234. You see a paragraph in the middle of that page concerning a VIN number?
You're talking about 230, what, 234?
Yes.
234. Yes, using the VIN number for this loss unit.
And does it indicate that in that VIN paragraph, that they were unable to utilize a VIN number and had to utilize their property loss based upon the loss description provided by you?
Yeah, that's a VIN. VIN was unable to decode the VIN. That would. So that's a yes, I guess.
So they couldn't use the VIN, could they?
I can't answer for them, so I don't know. I'd say, I don't know.
I'd like you to look at one other page, the page previous to that, 233. Tell me if this is a disclaimer as to the use of this market valuation.
Once again, I can't speak for CCC, so this report, I can't, your question is more directed
Okay.
towards CCC.
I'm
not me.
looking at that page, 233. Does it state that this market valuation report has been prepared exclusively for use by Farm Bureau Insurance Company of Idaho, and no other person or entity is entitled to or should rely upon the market valuation report or any of its contents? C is one source of valuations, and there are other valuation sources available. Does it state that word verbatim?
Yeah, that's what it reads, yes.
Without looking at, I can show you the remainder of them, but without looking at the other two valuation reports, would you agree that they were unable to find the VIN number on those also? That they couldn't find out the last one?
I didn't go through that in detail.
Um,
At this point, this value is actually irrelevant because my value didn't supersede what Shane gave him for the value. So he valued the boat at 110, so he adjusted the claim, so my valuations are under what Shane gave him. So
Okay, now, my question, but going back, is this. How did you determine the manner in which this custom-built boat was different than an assembly line manufactured boat?
So I valued the boat at 91,000 with all the information I have with CCC, plus I called the manufacturer, talked to them, got their opinions and everything, so.
But you never valued a custom-made boat ever, did you?
I've done custom-made boats before, like custom welds, yes.
In this case, you never utilized and anybody to value this as a custom-made boat, did you?
A river boat, what he insured it for, so, I mean, to me, custom or not custom, it's still a boat that's insured, so.
Do you know whether the hull is twice as thick on a custom boat as it is on a fabricated boat?
It could be, you don't know for sure.
Do you know about all the other features for a custom-made jet whitewater boat that are not on regular boat?
What regular boat are you talking about? Because there's so many different boats, so many different options, so.
Just an assembly line boat.
But assembly line boat, you could custom hull, I mean, you could just buy the hull itself and then custom make it, so any boat is custom, but it doesn't matter, because the value was less than what
So,
Shane gave him, so.
Aren't we, excuse me, do we not agree this was the only boat made by that company like this in 2005?
I can't speak for the manufacturer, if they could have made more.
Doesn't all of the records you provided indicate it's a one-of-a-kind boat made in 2005?
It could be, they could have made 10 of them, but it doesn't matter. The
It
value
wasn't-
doesn't change.
Wasn't it custom ordered by an NFL football player?
Your Honor, I think I'm gonna Jack Collins for speculation, we're getting pretty far afield here.
Sustained.
So, make sure I understand, did you examine this boat yourself
No,
and figure out how it was different than an assembly line boat?
to me, it's the same, the
No,
whole
no.
engine and everything.
Excuse me,
all
did you
the same.
examine it and compare for differences?
No, to me, it's just a boat.
Do you know how many differences there are between this custom-made boat and an assembly line manufactured boat? Do you know?
They're all the same. I mean,
Oh, they are?
They have a whole engine and, I mean, but that, what are you trying to get? Because I'm really confused. Are you saying the value's worth more or not worth? I don't understand what you're trying to
Okay.
get with the valuation.
All right, if people order a custom-made boat, have you ever seen a custom-made boat?
Yes, custom welds.
Okay, was it custom-made or a manufactured boat by Custom Weld?
You could buy the whole by itself, so it's like, it's, you can do whatever you want with the boat, so.
No, my question is, was it custom-made to specifications by the purchaser?
It can be, yes.
Was it made that way? Any boat you've ever seen?
I can't speak for manufacturers, so, but,
Mr. Price tell you on numerous occasions, he just wanted it fixed and he didn't want it towed?
I can't recall if he wanted it fixed. But the value was less than what the boat was cost to fix,
Would
so.
you look at the first page of that report? I'm sorry. Look at the third page where it describes the boat, the loss unit.
Which page is that?
To help refresh your memory.
229?
What page is it?
And what page at the bottom of that? I'm sorry.
229.
Sorry?
229, 3 of 8,
229 is the first page?
third page,
That's the third page.
third of 8.
Go ahead.
It's the same one we've been talking about.
Go ahead.
Okay. Now, the loss unit that's described on the third page of that, was that loss unit described as a 2005 Northwest 26 foot?
That says 2010.
Oh, so they're valuing a 2010 26 foot of some kind, correct?
It could be,
Well, is that what it says?
it could be. I
Well,
didn't know, because I didn't
now,
talk to him
isn't
about
that what
that.
they're saying? The unit loss was a 2010 Northwest 26.
It says it on here, on this page. The engine, 2010.
Okay? And does it give the engine a Yamaha 350 on that down below?
It says it in there, yes.
Didn't Davis boat have twin engines which were bored out to 475 each?
Yeah, two engines, yep.
And this was a fake single engine, wasn't it? Single engine 2010.
I think if you read the report, you could look through and there's a more detailed report, possibly, I'm not sure. But I did personally call CCC and they ran it as a dual engine boat.
Okay.
But what does that have to do with?
None of the written reports that you have received, there are 3 of them, none of them valued this as a 2005 twin engine Northwest boat, did they? None of them.
Your Honor, again, he's asking to speculate too. I'm gonna object as to relevance. I don't really think this is relevant to the charge of conduct here. I mean, I think that the value of the boat's important, for the investigation, but really the charges are about submitting a bill of sale that was not the accurate purchase price that he paid. I think we're getting way far afield, disputing the actual value of the boat.
My argument, Your Honor, is that the purchase price of the boat's irrelevant. It's the value of the boat when it was wrecked. And if they didn't value the boat as a custom-built boat, and secondly, didn't value all the accessories and add-ons, how do they know what the value was? And how can they say that the 215 or any figure higher than that wasn't fair? If they don't have an appropriate evaluation, how can they say he intended on deceiving them if they don't have any idea what it was worth? And that's where I'm getting to.
I'm going to overrule the objection. You can ask the question if you recall what it was.
All right. Now, I'm gonna have you look at that page again. This is the last CCC evaluation you received from them. Look at the configuration list and see if you see anywhere where it lists a dual engine boat.
Yeah, on page, actually, I'm sorry, I just overlooked it. On page 3 of 8, same one we've been looking at the whole time. I'm sorry, it says number of primary engines, it says 2 on there.
Because it lists 475 horsepower.
It says 2 engines.
So this only one at 350, right?
No, it says 2 engines.
Okay, but doesn't include that in the previous
So it'd be
page.
350, and it says 2 engines. So it'd be 2 or 3.
Now, I'd like to show you now something else from page 254 and 255 of the documents from your file in this claim. Claim number ends in 2001. If I may, and I can't, the lower right-hand side says 254 and 255. And they're both dated August 27th of 2024. And if you recall, before I ask this question, how many items or upgrades were represented to have been made to this boat after purchase?
Like, ask that again.
I'm sorry?
Ask that question again.
Do you know anywhere where there's a list of upgrades to this boat by Mr. Price after he bought it?
He never provided the list, no.
Okay, then I'll refresh your memory if I can hand you page 254 and 255 from your file. Might have that.
Any objection?
No objection, Your Honor.
You need to hand that to the witness for his to refresh his memory.
You see that list of upgrades that was provided, saying Mr. Price made those? Or and added those?
I did recall, Senate, yeah.
It does, it lists 2 pages of upgrades, doesn't it?
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah, now that's quite a few upgrades, isn't it?
Yes.
Now, do you see where anybody from Farm Bureau valued those upgrades?
Shane did in the beginning of the
Do
claim.
you see any document, to your knowledge, where these were valued individually to know how much they increased the value of the boat?
Individually, no, but Shane gave him an additional, I can't remember, like 14,000 for those items.
An arbitrary figure with no basis, was it?
I don't know.
You don't know. Now, look at the other document I gave you, the CC report of August 19th of 2024, at the options, and see if any of those were included in the valuation of the boat. One was valued by CCC. I think the cover was, and the spare tire.
I think there was one, but. It says additional equipment on page 5 of 8. It lists some there.
But it doesn't include that list, does it?
No.
So the valuation done in August of 2024, right before it was resolved, no one sent into CCC the list of all those updates on page 224 and 225, did that?
I didn't, no. I don't know if Shane did or not, because Shane gave him credit in the beginning of the
And
claim.
they're not on the valuation, are they?
Those items, no, I would need receipts for all those,
Okay.
if for me to add those to evaluation. You need proof of receipts for all those items.
Do you commonly use CCC?
Yes,
Have you looked at their Better Business Bureau rating?
no,
You know it's an F?
I don't know,
In every place where it has a headquarters, you might want to check that.
yeah. If I could just add also, this add-ons could have been added by the previous owner, so we don't know if he could actually added those himself. So that's why we asked for receipts for those items.
But they were never valued, were they?
We never got receipts for them.
Okay. Now, at no time did Mr. Price request $215,000, did he?
With me, no.
What he wanted was his boat fixed, $549, right?
Yeah, he wanted more money.
Yeah.
His full value of
He
150.
wanted about $30,000 or $40,000 more than you valued.
He wanted 150, yeah.
Now, do you know how much those accessories and add-ons, if you valued them all, if you would have valued them, do you know how much would that add up to be?
Depends what year, make, model, when you buy them, how'd you buy them, what if they're all used?
Yeah.
You know, they could add a little bit or a lot, you don't know.
And looking at that list, does that appear to be an appropriate list by someone who understands boats?
Yeah, I mean, previous owner could have done it, so yeah.
Okay, and then look at that list and tell me, do you see solar powered?
Yeah, it said solar power.
Tell me how a solar powered boat works.
I don't know.
You've never heard of one, have you?
I mean, what is it, solar power for the downriggers, or, I mean, what, it could be a number one of things, but
You have no idea what solar powered means.
it could mean a lot of things on a boat. It could be accessories, but once again, my value means nothing because Shane gave him more than what I value the boat. So at this point, for me, it doesn't, all this extra stuff doesn't matter because Shane already gave him extra credit for that, so.
You never checked this list, or nor did anybody else, to see what those items were worth, or how much they added to the value, did you?
You need receipts for those for us to
The
do that.
list on page 254. Do you know anybody that went and prepared, that went back and looked at that, prepared valuations, and increased valuations, based on all those additions that David made after he bought the boat?
I'm gonna object, I think this has been asked and answered 3 or 4 times, Your Honor.
Sustained.
All right. The original synopsis was prepared October 27th of 2025. Did you assist in that preparation?
What's?
The
The
Department of Insurance report of investigation, did you assist with that or no?
No,
Did you report to the Department of Insurance that David's claim was for a 2006 21 Fit Northwest boat?
I didn't do anything with that kind of part. I just, my job is the valuation, that's it, and settling, that's it.
If I'm reading from that, how would they have gotten that wrong boat number?
Who got wrong?
The Department of Insurance.
I have no idea. I
I'm
didn't see
objecting
it.
and calling for speculation that a witness is not aware of.
Sustained.
And that this report says on page 3 that David Price filed an inland marine claim for a 2006 21 Vet jet boat with Riley Jepson, that's not correct, is it?
Are you talking about the value? 'Cause, like, once again, I don't have anything recollections with that part of the claim. I just do the value and settle and I'm done.
And Your Honor, I'm gonna object, again, he's calling for speculation, he's calling for a witness to testify about a report he didn't author, that was from our Department of Insurance investigator.
Sustained.
Did you have any input into the Uniform Suspected Insurance Fraud reporting form submitted in this case?
No,
None at all?
no.
Do you know why it has a 2005 Norton-made boat on it, if it does? Any idea?
I have no idea.
Did you get that information?
Nope.
Did you see an email message from Mr. Jepson dated August 1st of 2024, stating that CC had been valuing the wrong boats as comparables, he was using lake boats. Did you see that?
If I did, I can't remember.
I think Mr. Jepson testified with that. In this file, I don't know who prepared them. There are different documents in this file. And let me move the important ones, I guess. Were you aware that, well, let me ask this question. I'm looking at notes, and I can't tell who they're from in your file, and I apologize. Were you aware that this was a one-of-a-kind made in 2005, and that they didn't start mass producing them even similar until 2010? Was you aware of that at all?
I was aware.
I'm sorry?
Yes.
Okay. I see a note in here, and I can't, Shane Rock, is he the first
He was the first adjuster.
adjuster?
What's the last name?
Gropp, is that how you spell it?
I believe so.
Was he the first adjuster involved in this?
Yes.
Was he the first one that dealt with the boat that was damaged?
Mhm. Yes.
And did he describe the boat as a VIN number ending in C606, boat and motor, as a 2006 21-foot jet boat?
I can't remember that.
Maybe I can have you refresh your memory from page 97 of your reports.
Any objection to the witness being handed page 97?
No, Your Honor.
Just this page. Okay, do you agree that it does describe a 2000, tell me what boat that claim describes.
This one just has a VIN number, boat and motor, 2006 21 jet boat.
And that's not the same one that we're talking about, is it?
I don't know.
You don't know what boat?
I don't know what he's describing
Okay.
here, so.
All right, so- and did he ever make a claim for that boat? That, with that VIN number, do you know?
He doesn't make claims, so he doesn't do claims.
So
He just-
why is it in this file for the claims on this boat?
It could be a different boat, a different claim, or I have no idea. Maybe the insured told him that VIN number. I have no idea. I don't know how he got that in there.
What is a lost detail snapshot?
They're just our claim notes.
And is this claim number, does it end in 2001 for this boat we're talking about? This disputed boat?
It says April 29, 2024.
That's the date of loss, right?
Yeah.
And was the claim number entered at the end of 2001?
I don't know if that is the date or the policy number, so I don't know what that is.
Right.
It could be, I have no idea what that number is.
And what number is?
Are you talking about the left-hand number?
I'm talking, is there a lost claim number on it, a claim number on it?
Yes.
It's at the end of 2001.
This one shows 2001.
And does that list that as a 2006 21-foot jet boat with a serial number that ending in C606?
That's what his notes is, yeah.
And it's the same claim number we're talking about the whole time, isn't it?
I have to double check. Same claim number.
I'm sorry?
Same claim number.
Okay. And as far as, and when they made future lost detailed snapshots, do you know whether they listed the 2006 21-foot jet boat with a serial number ending in C606 as the insured's loss for the same claim number of 2001?
I don't know.
Maybe
I don't
refresh your
know.
memory if I might, sir. This comes from page 131 of the documents from the Farm Bureau Insurance Company.
Any objection to?
No objection, Your Honor.
Looking at, was it page 131?
Yes, please, yes.
Yeah, they match.
But it's not the same boat, is it?
I don't know.
Do you usually put two damaged boats on one loss claim?
I mean, he typed that in, so he could have, I wouldn't say, I'm not making fun of him, but he could have fat fingered something. So that's his note, you could alter that note. So
Who could have?
when Shane entered it, that's his note, so he could have written it wrong by accident.
Well, then then look at the last one I gave you.
This one.
Yes, does that proof, that snapshot proof of loss that I just provided you, does that also indicate a claim ending in 2001 for a 2006 21-foot jet boat?
This one says 2006, 21-foot
Yeah.
jet boat.
Okay. Now, if you recall what me showing you, do you agree with me that the original proof of loss submitted by Mr. Price did not have an amount in it, any amount at all?
What do you mean, amount in
Did
it?
not have an amount of his claim on his proof of loss,
Like, amount, like what? Like,
of his loss claim.
like dollar amount, are you
Yes.
talking? It doesn't have it on here, so I don't produce these reports, so I wouldn't be able to speak to these reports.
Well,
So,
okay, if you look through the file to see if the sworn proof of loss had any loss amount claimed on it?
no.
No. Would you dispute it if I told you there's no amount on the document, or you want to see it?
It wouldn't be relevant to me, because like I said, I'm just running values, so this is claim file and notes, stuff that I have no control over or even make these up, so.
Let me just make sure we understand. I'd like this to show to him, Your Honor. This is page 223 from the Farm Bureau file.
Any objection?
No, Your Honor.
All right. This may look at page 223.
Have you had a chance to examine that?
Yeah, it's a sworn proof of loss that we send out to insureds. There should be a second page to it.
My question is, do you agree that Mr. Price did not put any amount whatsoever in that proof of loss claim?
I can't relate to that because there's a missing page. It's
Just
supposed to be
look
one
at it.
page. Well, you can only fill out up to here, but
It's signed, it's sworn to at the bottom, isn't
there
it?
should be a second page, the inventory list.
Isn't it sworn to at the bottom?
And I'm gonna object, Your Honor. Yeah, I don't believe it's a complete document.
It's not complete, yeah, it's missing.
I'm going to sustain the objection.
Okay, you would agree that the document does not contain any monetary amount?
I've sustained the objection.
Oh, you did, okay, I wasn't sure. I'd like the court, would please, to take judicial notice of the probable cause statement, which is filed in support of, and I'll provide the court a copy by my
If you're talking about the one in the file, I think I've got.
affidavit of probable cause.
I have that in the file.
I'm sorry?
It is in the file, of course, it would have to be.
I'm
To
asking the
support
court
the
to
claim.
take judicial notice of the fact that this states in this document that he filed a claim for a 2006 Northwest jet boat with his Farm Bureau policy. And the bill of sale that they're claiming is fraudulent was for a 2005, not 2006, Exhibit 1.
Any objection to the court taking judicial notice of the affidavit of probable cause?
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, then the court will take judicial notice of the affidavit of probable cause filed in this.
No further questions, thank you.
I just have a couple, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
Okay. As we discussed earlier, is it possible someone just input the wrong VIN number for the boat?
Yes, or since that CCC, we actually called those in. We could have, as adjusters, given, or Shane could have given the wrong number to them.
Okay, but that's not something you followed up on?
No,
Okay. And did you ever receive any receipts from Mr. Price for all these alleged upgrades?
no.
Okay. Did Farm Bureau request receipts?
I know, I'm not sure what Senate did or Shane, if they requested, and I can't remember that far back if I requested those items.
Okay, but you didn't receive any?
No,
Okay. And do you have any reason to doubt your valuation of the boat?
no, the valuation, on top of the valuation, I called all the manufacturers that actually made I talked to the actual person that makes those boats. And he gave me his professional opinion without doing a valuation himself on it, and they valued that boat to be at the high end of 70,000.
Okay, so your valuation goes beyond just this CCC report?
Yeah, we take comparables. If insureds provide correct comparables, similar comparables, we also look at the internet, and we also talk to manufacturers as far as, the boat dealerships in Idaho surrounding.
And I'm sorry, I didn't write down. What did you say the amount was that the manufacturer?
They said up to 70,000 on the high end.
No further questions, Your Honor. This witness may be excused.
All right, thank you for your testimony. Let's get all the documents handed back to Mr. Swafford, except for
Yes.
State's Exhibit 1, that needs to go to Madam Clerk or to me. Maybe I need, how about you just hand that one to me? Thank you.
Yeah.
There is somebody in the waiting room, just iPhone.
I'd like to make, if the court is inclined, I'd like to have either input entertainment motion to dismiss.
Well, we're not there yet. The
Okay.
state still has other witnesses.
All right.
Not gonna do that until the state's fully presented its case, then you can make your motion.
Your Honor, the state next calls Eddie Castaneda.
All right, and the person in the Zoom, still somebody you're waiting on?
That's Aaron Eckert. Yeah, that's going to be our final witness, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. You may call your next witness.
Thank you.
You'll step up here next to this table. Right there. Raise your right hand. You'll be sworn in by the court clerk.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this pending cause shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Have a seat up here at the witness stand.
Yep.
You may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Can you please state your first and last name?
Yes, it's Eduardo Castaneda, and I go by Eddie.
And where do you work?
I work for Farm Bureau Insurance of Idaho.
And how long have you worked there?
It'll be 4 years this September.
And where did you work previously?
Previously, I worked for the Idaho Department of Insurance as a fraud investigator, and prior to that, I worked as a detective for the San Luis Obispo County Sheriff's Office. That's in California.
Okay. And what is your current position at Farm Bureau?
I'm an SIU investigator, which is a special investigations unit investigator.
And what sort of training have you received as a SIU investigator?
I've completed about 180 hours of insurance fraud training, and I hold a nationally recognized certification as a certified insurance fraud investigator.
Okay. And what does that certification entail, those hours?
Approximately 80 to 100 hours of studying and a rigorous test.
Okay. Approximately how many claims have you handled in your career?
Anywhere between 1,500 to 2,000.
Okay. Are you familiar with David Dwyane Price?
Yes, I am.
And how are you familiar with him?
I worked on an investigative case on a boat claim that he filed with Farm Bureau Insurance.
Okay. And do you remember the date of the claim?
I believe it was April 29th, 2024.
Okay. And the claim was made to Inland Marine, correct?
Correct.
And they're a subsidiary of Farm Bureau?
They are, yes.
Okay. And you said the claim was regarding damage to a boat?
Yes.
Okay, do you remember what type of boat it was?
I believe it was a 2005 Northwest is the best I recall.
Okay. Do you remember if the VIN number was inputted correctly for the claim?
I do not. I don't recall the number.
Okay. Do you remember if it was inputted correctly as a 2006? Or inputted, sorry, incorrectly?
Honestly, I'm not sure about that.
Okay, no problem.
I didn't work on that portion.
That portion, okay. Where was the damage on the boat?
It was at the bottom of the boat.
Okay. And did you speak to Mr. Price regarding this claim?
I did.
Okay. And what did that conversation involve?
I spoke to him regarding setting up an inspection on his boat.
Okay. And did you speak with his agent?
I'm sorry.
Did you speak with his, Mr. Price's agent?
I did not, no, not me.
Okay. Did you receive any documents from his agent?
Yes, in a way, the documents were, there was a bill of sale that was sent to Ben Altino, claims adjuster, with our company, and he advised me of that document, and he told me that he had uploaded it into our claims management system, which I was able to review.
Okay, so you also reviewed that bill of sale?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Do you remember what it said?
I believe that bill of sale said that Mr. Price purchased the 2005 Northwest boat for $215,000.
Okay. Do you remember who he purchased it from?
I believe it was Neil Andrus.
Okay. And what did you do after receiving the bill of sale?
I worked to verify the bill of sale.
Okay, how did you do that?
I called the Idaho Transportation Department to get the title history on the boat, as well as contacting the prior owner of the boat.
Okay, and who was the prior owner of the boat?
I'm trying to recall his name. Believe it was last of Eckert.
Okay. Does Aaron Eckert sound accurate?
Yes.
Okay. And what did you learn from him?
I learned that he had sold the boat to Mr. Price for $86,500.
Okay. And was this Mr. Andrews in the title history at all?
No, he was not.
Okay. There was no record of him?
No, on this record.
Okay. Did you receive anything in the title history that showed the boat was sold for $215,000?
No, none of the title history contained any of that information.
Okay. What did you do next?
At that point, after verifying that, or attempting to verify the bill and seeing that I couldn't verify it, I did notify Ben that I wasn't able to verify that $215,000 bill of sale.
Okay. And did you believe that number to be fraudulent?
I did.
Why is that?
It didn't match up with the actual bill of sale or the one that was with the Idaho Transportation Department filed that showed $86,500.
Okay. So there was no supporting documentation for that $215,000 number?
There was none.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any cross-examination?
Just very quick here.
Go ahead.
Did you have any contact to speak of with Mr. Price the last 30 or 45 days of the dispute over value
The last 30 or 45 days since today?
in July or August of 2024, excuse me?
I don't recall the exact date of when I spoke with him, but only spoke with him about doing an inspection on his boat.
All right. Did he inform you that, did you ask him about the price he paid for the boat?
I don't believe I did.
You didn't?
I don't believe I did, no.
Did you check and ask him if that was a steal or a great price, or how that reflected from its value?
Only thing I recall is asking him about setting up the inspection for the boat.
So you don't know whether he got a steal on that boat or not, do you?
I wouldn't know one way or another.
It was never recorded with the state of Idaho, was it?
I'm sorry, what?
That bill of sale was never recorded or used by anybody to register a vehicle or a boat.
Which bill of sale, I'm sorry?
The 2005 Northwest.
There was a bill of sale with ITV for $86,500.
But that wasn't that one, was it? A different boat?
I don't know about it.
Okay, all right. No further questions, thank you.
Counsel, can you read it?
No, Your Honor, this witness can be excused.
All right, thank you for your testimony. You may step down and you're free to go. You can stick around if you want, or you can leave. It's up to you, Judge. Cam, you may call your next witness.
Thank you, Your Honor. The state calls Carl Fromm from the Department of Insurance. Stand right here, so swear you.
Right there, raise your right hand, face the court clerk, and you'll be sworn in.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this pending cause shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
All right, you may inquire.
Thank you, Your Honor. Just make it up. Okay, can you please state your first and last name?
Carl Fromm.
And where do you work?
I work for the Idaho Department of Insurance.
And how long have you worked there?
About 11 years.
And what's your role there?
I am an investigator.
And what do you do as an investigator?
I investigate insurance fraud claims.
And what sort of training have you received as an investigator?
My manager trained me on how to do the investigations, as well as some of my coworkers. I also hold the designation of CFE, which is a Certified Fraud Examiner.
Okay. And what does that entail?
That entails going to a class and basically taking a bunch of tests to get your certification.
Okay. And how many insurance fraud investigations have you conducted approximately?
Approximately 50.
And what's your typical process in an investigation?
Once it gets assigned to me, I go through the claim file notes, the entire claim file, listen to any audio, and then from there, I determine whether or not there's enough evidence to move forward. If there is, then we start our investigation and interview suspects and victims.
Okay. And it always starts with the referral from the insurance company?
Correct.
Okay. And that referral usually says something along the lines of, we think this claim is suspect?
Correct.
Okay. And what happens after you complete an investigation?
Once it's completed, I do a report, and if I feel that there is a crime there, I send it up to our Attorney General's office. If not, we close it.
So you don't send up every case to the Attorney General's office?
That's correct.
Okay, why not?
Some of them aren't prosecutable, or there's just not enough evidence.
Okay. How did you become familiar with David Dwyane Price?
The referral was assigned to me from the department.
Okay, where was the referral from?
It was from Farm Bureau Insurance Company.
Okay, do you remember when you got the referral?
When it was assigned to me, I believe was in 2025, I believe March maybe.
Okay. Okay, so that's when you started your investigation?
Correct.
Okay. And as part of your investigation, did you review the bill of sale?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna hand you what's already been admitted and published as State's Exhibit 1. Is this the document you reviewed for your investigation?
Yes, it is.
And who was the buyer?
The buyer was David Price.
Okay. And who was the seller?
Neil Andrus.
Okay. And what was the listed sale price?
$215,000.
Okay. Did you reach out to Mr. Andrews to verify the bill of sale?
Through my investigation and trying to find his phone number, I really found out he had passed away.
Okay, so you obviously weren't able to speak to him?
Correct.
Okay. And what was the boat listed on that bill of sale?
It is a 2005 Northwest, VIN number ending in, it looks like H405.
And throughout the course of your investigation, did you determine that at a certain point the wrong year was submitted, the 2006 with the wrong boat VIN?
Correct, yes. When the initial report was taken, it was for a different boat, and it was subsequently corrected.
Okay, it was corrected to the 2005 boat?
Correct,
Okay, and that's the boat on which David Price made this claim?
yes,
Okay, and that's the boat reflected in the bill of sale?
correct.
Okay. What did you do next?
We attempted to interview Mr. Price at his home in Spencer.
And were you able to speak to him?
We didn't meet him at his residence, we did call him over the phone.
Okay. So you never spoke to him in person?
Correct.
Okay. Did you review his driver's license to determine identity?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And to your knowledge, is that David Dwyane Price seated there at council table?
Yes.
Okay. And what did your phone conversation involve?
Basically, I asked him about the claim itself, and then he had stated he got the boat from Neil Andrus, and he traded work for that.
Okay. And did you receive any documents to substantiate this?
No, I did ask for any kind of documentation that he may have to prove he did work, and I have never received anything.
Okay. Did you believe Mr. Price to be credible?
Yes.
Meaning you believed he did do work for the boat?
Meaning that he was, trying to tell me what he did as far as that's concerned, and as far as, some of the things he told me. I'd have to review my notes
Sure.
to see exactly.
Okay. Did you believe he was credible as far as the $215,000 purchase price?
With my investigation, no, I did not.
Okay. And we're gonna dig more into that. Did you request DMV records for this boat?
Yes, I did.
Okay. And what process did you have to follow for that?
I had to send a request to DMV, and then they mailed back certified copies.
Okay. And these were certified copies of the DMV record for the boat?
The history of the boat, yes.
Okay. And did you review those records?
Yes, I did.
Okay. Okay, I'm gonna show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 2. You see that, I showed you.
Thank you.
What is this document?
This is an application for a certificate of title.
Okay. Is that a true and accurate depiction of the certified record you received from the DMV?
Yes.
I move to admit and publish, Your Honor.
The objection to State's Exhibit 2.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, State's Exhibit 2 is admitted.
Okay, can you read me the names on that document?
David Dwyane Price and Tavia Lynn Thompson.
Can you read me the details of the vote?
It's a 2005 NOJ boat. VIN number ends in H405.
Okay. And is there a sales price listed?
There's a gross.
This what not, I don't think that's any bearing on this case, Your Honor.
Overruled.
Okay.
The gross sales price listed is $20,000.
Okay. And what about the net sales price?
The net sales price is the same, $20,000.
Okay. Okay, I am done with that document. I am, or sorry, one more thing. So your knowledge, this document was submitted by David Price to the DMV.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna show you what's been marked as State's Exhibit 3.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, what is this document?
This was a bill of sale that was submitted to the DMV.
Okay, and this is true and accurate depiction of what you received from the DMV?
Yes.
Okay. Move to admit and publish, Your Honor.
The objection to State's Exhibit.
Objection.
What's that?
I have no objection.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry.
I heard objection, that's the only part I heard, so no objection. All right, based on that, State's Exhibit 3 is admitted.
Who is the buyer on here?
Dave Price.
And how about the seller?
Aaron Eckert.
And what type of boat is it?
It's a 2005 Northwest jet boat. The VIN number or hull number is listed as the last four is H405.
Okay, so that's the same boat from that bill of sale that was submitted to Farm Bureau for $215,000.
Yes.
Okay. And so this, the number reflected on here is different.
Which number are you referring to?
Yeah, sorry, the sales price on that document is different from $215,000.
Yes, it is.
And what's the number?
20,000.
Okay. And did you speak with Mr. Eckert?
I did not.
Okay. And why is that?
Mr. Castaneda had a recorded interview with Mr. Eckert.
Okay, so you just went off that?
Correct.
Okay, you didn't find it, I guess, necessary for your investigation?
Correct.
Okay. What did you do after reviewing these DMV documents?
I wrote up my report and then I referred it to the Attorney General's office.
Okay. Because you thought there was some form of fraud.
Correct.
No further questions from the state, Your Honor.
Mr. Swafford, the examination.
Yes, please.
Go ahead.
I see in the file, and I'm sure you've looked at it too, there's a report of investigation from the Idaho Department of Insurance. That's your project, correct?
Correct.
And I'm noticing of that, when you prepared that, and from that, apparently you filled out the Uniform Suspected Insurance Fraud Reporting Form afterward, correct?
I'd have to see the document you're referring to.
Okay, I'll give it a second. And then the Claim Incident Information Form, did you prepare those two also?
I would have to see those forms, but I don't believe I did.
And Your Honor, I believe those are from the Farm Bureau.
Let me, may I show these refresh your memory, Your Honor? It's from their file, the state's file, page 8 and page 9.
No objection, Your Honor.
All right, then pages 8 and 9 may be shown to the witness to refresh his memory.
I'm looking at page 8, the first of those two, was that something you prepared or caused to be prepared?
No, this was prepared by the insurance company.
Okay, before or after you were involved? Or
Before I was
at the
involved.
same time? Look at the second one, it's on page 9, it's a claim of information there, correct?
Where are you looking at, please?
Is that, look at the lower right-hand corner in the bottom? It
Yes.
should say page 9, I think?
Yes.
Okay, and as you look at both of those, do those describe a 2006 21-foot jet boat?
Yeah, there is a mention of a 2006 21 jet boat.
And that's included on both of those, correct?
On which page are you referring to?
Page 8, page 9.
Page 8 lists a 2005 Norton with the VIN number ending in H405.
All right, may I have those back, please? Oh, the reason I had you, I'm sorry, but I'm showing page 8 again. I apologize. The question I have is that, did you get copies of both of these documents as part of your investigation?
That came from the insurance company, yes.
And did you utilize that information for your report?
This is what I used to start my investigation. It kind of gives me a synopsis on this page 9 of what happened, and that's how I start my report.
I'm just curious, at page 8, it asks for the model of that boat, or the make of that boat, and it lists that boat as a Norton boat, right?
It does.
And did you investigate a Norton boat?
I did not.
And then page 9, it describes as a 2006 21-foot jet boat, correct? You just examined that. All right. I noticed in your report, on the first page of your report, you indicate that on April 29th, 2024, David Price filed an inland marine claim for his 2006 21-foot Northwest jet boat, and then the serial number. Is that correct? Did you put that in there?
Yes, it did.
Okay. And again, on page 3 of your report, again, it says, on March 21st, 2025, I was assigned to investigate this case. Then on part 1, would you agree that it says that David Price filed an inland marine claim for his 2006 21-foot jet boat with Riley Gibson?
I would have to actually see the report, if I may look at it to refresh my memory.
I'll show you, I apologize. I'll show you what they marked as page number 3 from your report, dated 10/29 to 25.
Any objection to the witness being handed page 3?
No, Your Honor.
And what part were you referring to?
The description at the top, where you describe again, the both that you're investigating.
Yeah, in bullet number 1, it says that Mr. Price filed an inland marine claim for his 2006 Idaho 21-foot jet boat with a VIN number ending in C606.
What's that VIN number again?
It ends in C606.
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry, you said it really slow for me.
The VIN number ends in C as in Charlie 606.
Thank you.
Can I get that back from you if I might, please? There's 2 pages there. Thank you. Now, have you read this report recently where it's familiar to you?
I've read it, yes.
Okay, I don't mean to surprise if you need to read, just tell me. Apparently, I'm looking at a notation, says you called Mr. Price on July 17th of 2025, then you said you did call. That's when he told you apparently he traded for the work, correct?
I believe so. I'd have to read the report to know exactly.
Didn't he tell you that that bill of sale was an agreement between him and Andrus based on what the two of them had into the boat?
He didn't say, I don't believe he mentioned the bill of sale. He said, I believe he said he traded work.
Oh, right. And this was construction work or something like that, road building and different things?
Yeah, something like that.
Okay. You never talked about the bill of sale at all then, apparently, right?
I believe I mentioned the 2 bill of sales. I'd have to refresh my memory with my report.
Do you remember whether he told you that he and Mr. Andrus were had been best men since high school?
I don't recall that.
Okay. All right. On exhibit number 3, when did you request that document from the Department of Motor Vehicles? Do you recall?
I would have to look at my report for the exact date.
Was it 2025 somewhere?
Yes.
Have you checked since then to see if Mr. Price had seen that and discovered that error and amended it and paid the taxes on the 86.5?
I don't believe so.
Have you checked it since then?
No.
Okay. Can you tell me, apparently you prepared the affidavit of probable cause for this action to begin, correct?
Yes.
And did you make that correct and accurate?
I believe so, yes.
And did you expect the court to rely on the accuracy of the content of that?
Yes.
Of course, it's a serious matter to arrest somebody for a felony if their information's wrong, correct?
Yes.
Now, without looking at that, well, let me just have you look at this. I'll present that to you. It's not marked. If I may, show I miss, Your Honor. You have a chance
Counsel
to
look at it, if he doesn't have an objection.
No objection, Your Honor.
What is it you're handing him?
I believe it's a PC affidavit.
Yes.
That's just one page, or is it yours?
No, I haven't. There are 2 pages, Your Honor.
And looking at that, Mr. Fromm, did you perform this process at the very end of your investigation after you reach your conclusions on the matter.
I prepared this after our attorneys had a chance to review the case.
To make sure it was right.
Correct.
And look at the first paragraph and tell me if it describes the same boat that's in the bill of sale.
It describes a 2006 Northwest jet boat.
And that's not the same boat that's in the bill of sale, is it?
No, it's not.
No further questions, sir.
Just a couple, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
So it seems like in your report, you referenced this 2006 Idaho Northwest jet boat. Do you know where that came from? Maybe that was another claim from Mr. Price?
I believe
Objection,
in my,
partial speculation, and objection.
Overruled.
I believe in my report, the initial claim was taken by the agent. He input the wrong boat, which was subsequently corrected by the claims adjuster.
Okay. Okay, so when you authored your report, obviously you, looks like you made a note of the correction later on in your report.
Correct.
Okay. So the correct boat was the 2005 Northwest boat with the VIN number ending H405?
Correct.
Okay. And then on your PC affidavit, I guess through omission, you referenced, I guess, the wrong boat.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay. The boat you meant to reference on there was this 2005 Northwest jet boat?
Yes.
Okay. And this was originally an error, I guess, through Farm Bureau?
Correct.
Okay. No further questions, John?
Right. You may step down. Thank you for your testimony. And this witness be released.
Yes, Your Honor.
And you're free to go, but you can also sit in the back and watch if you want. Do you have any other witnesses?
Yeah, we just have our final witness, Your Honor, Aaron Eckert, who should be present on Zoom.
He has been in and out. What I think
Okay.
we're gonna do is take a recess.
Sure.
You can call him.
Let's stipulate.
That'll give everybody,
That he's 6'5", we'll just stipulate him in the evidence.
What is
Then he
testimony?
paid, yeah.
No, I think it's important for the judge to hear.
we'll take a recess. I think
But
everybody
it'll be quick.
maybe needs to take a short break, run to the restroom, and that way you can also call, and make sure the witness can get back. Let's go back on the record. Okay, we are back on the record in State versus David Dwyane Price. It's case number CR 10-26-1649. Taking a recess, and it looks like there is in the waiting room on Zoom an iPhone. So did you have another witness that you wanted to call for the state?
Yes, Your Honor, the state calls Aaron Eckert. He should be present via Zoom.
All right. Then we'll let the person who's the iPhone into the Zoom from the waiting room and see if that's who you're expecting.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Person we just let into the Zoom meeting, if you can turn on your camera, please.
I'm working on that.
There you go. Now, if you can possibly turn your phone sideways, and you might have it locked, but that way we can see a better view of you. That works better. Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, Aaron, can you hear me okay?
I can hear you.
Okay, I'll speak into the mic so it's easier. Can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Okay, can you please state your first and last name?
Need to have them sworn in first. I need you to raise your right hand, and you'll be sworn in by the court clerk.
Do you solemnly swear that the testimony you're about to give in this pending cause shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth to help you God?
Yes.
Okay, can you please state your first and last name?
Aaron Eckert.
Let's have you spell your last name. Let's have you spell your
ECKERT.
Okay, Okay, can you see everyone in the courtroom?
I cannot. My camera. I can only see myself. Oh, there we go. Okay, I can see everybody.
Okay, great. And you live out in Michigan, correct? That's why you're appearing remotely?
Correct.
Okay. Are you familiar with the defendant in this case, David Price?
Other than just selling him a boat, there's really no familiarity other than that.
Okay. When was this boat sale?
It was 2 years ago, I think on January 1st.
Sorry, 2 years ago or 4 years ago in 2022?
Or yeah, 2022.
Okay, so January of 2022?
Yep,
Okay. And did you go to Idaho for the sale?
correct.
Okay. And did you meet Mr. Price?
Yes.
Okay. And do you see him present in the courtroom today?
It's hard for me to zoom in, but yes, I can see him sitting there.
Okay. Sitting at the end of counsel table?
Yes.
Okay. Can you describe an article of clothing he's wearing?
Looks like a blue suit coat.
Sorry, a suit coat or a shirt?
Sure, I mean, it's a real small picture on my end, I'm
Okay.
sorry, I'm
That's
on the
okay.
phone.
Okay. Does he have white hair and a mustache?
Yes, that was his,
Okay. He's seated at the end of the table, furthest away from me, if you see where I'm seated.
correct.
Okay. What boat did you sell him?
It was a 2005 Northwestern jet boat,
Okay. Do you remember the sales price?
86,500.
Okay. Do you have any reason to doubt that sales price?
No,
Okay. Did it have any damage at the time?
no, I mean, there was, other than, there was a little bit of bottom bruises, I could say, from the previous owner, but it ran like a top.
Okay. Okay, so it sounds like you have a pretty good recollection of the sale.
Yes,
Okay. And you thought that was fair market value at the time?
correct.
Okay. And how did you determine that?
I had it listed for 120 for probably 4 or 5 months before that, and slowly lowered it until Mr. Price was interested.
Okay. And did you submit anything to the DMV as part of this sale?
I personally did not know,
Okay.
other than just signing off the title.
Okay. And I previously sent you some documents. It doesn't look like you're at a computer. Did you receive a document that was State's Exhibit 3, which was a handwritten bill of sale?
Correct, yes.
Okay. And did that have your name on it?
Yes,
Okay. And what boat was reflected on that handwritten bill of sale?
the 2005 Northwestern jet boat.
Okay. And was it your signature on that document?
That is my signature, but the handwriting of the information is not.
Okay. So did you sign that document?
It looks like, yeah,
Okay. And do you
it
remember?
looks like it's been altered since I've signed it,
Okay. Why do you say that?
It's not my handwriting on there.
Okay. You're saying someone else wrote your name on there.
Someone else wrote out the details of what was done, I think after the fact, is what it looks like to me.
Okay. And what's the listed sales price on there?
I think it was 20,000, I don't have it in front of me.
Okay. And that wasn't what you sold it for.
Oh, it's correct, it was not.
Okay. Did you give Mr. Price permission to fill this out for you?
No,
Okay. And when did you buy the boat?
it would have been 2 years prior to that, probably around like October of 2020.
Okay, and then you sold it in 2022?
Yeah.
Okay. And like you stated before, you didn't submit any documents to the DMV for this sale?
No.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Mr. Swafford, do you have any cross-examination?
Just a little. Sir, how long had it been since you've actually used that boat before you sold it to Mr. Price?
The reason I sold it was because it sat more than I used it, but, we used it a little bit in the summer, and then we, winterized it and put it away, and then, of course, he bought it in the, right before Christmas. So, it ran like a top right before we put it away for this season.
Can you tell me when you put it away for the season, about?
I would say probably around September,
Okay.
the beginning of October is usually when we do all that.
Who winterized it, you or someone else?
Well, when I say winterize, we drain the water and then it's kept in a heated storage.
Until when?
Well, until Price bought it.
I'm reading, pardon me for a minute, but the investigator indicated that he talked to you on the phone. Do you remember talking to him, Mr. Katsanida?
It's been a long time, but I do recall someone calling me about, the boat being crashed or something like that, yes.
Did you tell him there was a considerable dent in the bottom, about 2 feet long, and near the back of the boat?
There was some dents in the boat when I purchased it, and of course I had it on Lake Michigan, so, there's no rocks out here, but, it was basically as is when Mr. Price bought it, and there was no, more damage on it than when I purchased it, and it was more just some blemishes, it didn't affect the, function of the boat at all.
Did you tell Mr. Katsanidas that it was a considerable dent, about an inch wide and 2 feet long?
I don't recall that specific conversation.
Okay. All right. Thank you. I have nothing further.
Okay.
Any redirect, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right, then, may this witness be excused?
Yes, Your Honor.
Yes.
All right, Mr. Eckert, thank you for your testimony. You are excused from any subpoena that you might have been served, and so you can drop out of the Zoom, or you can stick around and watch. It's up to you.
Okay, sorry about being late. I'm gonna drop out.
All right, thank you.
Okay, thanks, Aaron.
Yep.
All right. Any oth-
No further witnesses, Your Honor.
All right. Always give the defense an opportunity. They generally don't take it, but I'll give you the opportunity if you have any witnesses or any evidence you want to present.
I need to recall Mr. Fromm for just 1 or 2 questions, or call him, I should say.
Well, he's still here, so I think you can do that. So,
Thank you.
Mr. Fromm, we'll have you come up. I'll just remind you that you're still under oath, so we don't need to swear you in again. We'll have you take the witness stand.
Mr. Fromm, I think just before we recessed, you made a statement to the extent that you thought the error that you made with regard to, if there was one, to the year and description of the boat was because it was on the proof of loss, and that's why you took it?
Yeah, I believe there's a first notice of loss, and I believe that's where the description was.
Okay. May I show him exhibit, page 223 from the state's file, and ask him to refresh his memory and see if you can look at that again and tell me if you still see that on there?
Any objection to that, counsel?
No, Your Honor.
All right. And that document can be handed to the witness to refresh his memory.
Would you agree with me that there's no description of that boat on that proof of loss?
Not on this one, no.
And so you couldn't have obtained the description from that, but there's not one on there, correct?
Well, this is a sworn proof of loss, not the first notice of loss.
Well, are you saying there's more than one?
There is what they call first notice of loss, where Mr. Price informed the insurance company of the initial loss.
And did you ever see it?
I did, yes,
Okay, you're telling me there's another one.
correct.
I've got all the documents that the state says you have and the Farm Bureau has, and I've never seen one. That's the only one.
I would have to look through the file to find it.
What's the date of that document?
April 30th, 2024.
And what do you recall, or if you recall, the damage occurring?
I'd have to refresh myself with my report,
Do you need to look at that real quickly?
if I
Could you
could.
do that just to give me the date of the collision, please?
Oh,
And once you've looked at it, if you'll turn it back over and not read from it.
Yes.
You can read from it now and then turn it back over. But I mean, read it in your mind and then turn it over and answer audibly.
Your report of investigation, the first paragraph may help you.
Yeah, I believe it was in April of 2024.
And you said he was submitted on April 29th, correct? That's what's in your document, correct?
I'd have to, again, look at the exact date in the report.
Now, can you look at it again?
Sure.
then?
Yeah, April 29th.
That would have been 2 days after the one you're looking at was made out, April 27th, as a sworn document, correct?
I believe so. It drops. I can't read the exact date on it, so I apologize.
You can step down and grab
Okay.
it.
Just make sure I got the facts correct. He filled out the sworn proof of loss on April 27th, which does not contain any vote description, and you're indicating you received it on the 29th of the same month, April of 2024, correct?
Yeah, this was notarized on April 30th,
What was?
this document.
Okay, and you received yours on April 29th? You're saying there's one, you're, I'm confused. I can't find anything but that, anywhere.
There should be what they call first notice of loss in the documentation, and that's the initial report to the insurance company.
Okay, now I don't see that listed anywhere in any of the documents. Do you have a record of it anywhere?
There should be in the file.
Well, do you have a copy of all of the stuff in the file?
Not with me, no.
Yeah. So, you think even though what made the collision occur?
I'd have to refer to my report again if I
Would you
may.
please? I'm sorry.
It appears it happened on April 20th, 2024.
So, within 7 days, he's filling out a proof of loss, notarized proof of loss, correct?
Correct.
All right. And you don't have one that has a description on it, with you were, nor have you seen one recently, correct?
I don't have the entire file in front of me.
No further questions.
Just-
Cross-examination.
Just briefly, Your Honor, how, you know, have any ballpark estimate how big the claim file was in this case?
It's probably about 300-400 pages, just off the top of my head.
Okay. And obviously, you reviewed that claim file, but I'm sure you don't know every document in detail.
Correct.
Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Any redirect?
Nothing further.
All right, thank you. You may step down. Does the defense have any other witnesses or?
No witnesses additionally. Thank you.
All right. Parties rest, at least as far as the evidentiary portion of the hearing.
Yes, Your Honor.
And we'll proceed to closing arguments. Go ahead.
Your Honor, I'll just make this brief, because I know the court's heard extensive evidence. I believe the state's established probable cause for each element on or about that date in July 2024. State of Idaho, the defendant, David Price, presented what was a false statement to the insurance company. I think we got hung up on, during a lot of the prelim on, frankly, information that was irrelevant. If Mr. Price had a dispute as to the value of the boat, he could have reached out to the insurance company. He could have provided, say he made $50,000 in repairs. He could have submitted those repair documents to the insurance company. He didn't do that. What he did was submit a false document to Farm Bureau Insurance saying he paid $215,000 for a boat. Again, which obviously it's the state's theory of the case, that did not happen. Additionally, he submitted documents to the DMV that stated he paid $20,000 to the for the boat, which again to me isn't necessarily part of this charge, but I think it goes to the element of intent to defraud, because I think it's more fraudulent conduct by Mr. Price. So Your Honor, I think the state's met all their elements here. I think this case should be bound over, and that's all I have. Thank you.
Just a moment, counsel, let me get caught up on that. Mr. Swafford, go ahead.
Thank you. I hope the court can see through the circumstances here that, I hate to say it, but this was a giant disaster of an insurance claim process. If you go through the file, you'll find that it talks about 2 or 3 different boats, 2 or 3 different VIN numbers, values which are without a basis or a foundation, and then offers and opinions on values that weren't for a custom-made boat at all. They're for a 2010 26-foot boat that's not even comparable, and nobody's claimed it's comparable to this boat. And so it's kind of, it's hard to follow, but it's a conglomeration of errors and mistakes all the way through. You'll find different VIN numbers, different boats. Anywhere from a 2026 with a C606 number and the other VIN, several dates. They're throughout this document. I can go to several of them. And they start at the very beginning, and they go through the same way. The only way, the state has filed a complaint saying that he submitted a fraudulent bill of sale as part of an insurance claim for his boat in the amount of $215,000. Okay, they've not proven he submitted anything. They don't know who dropped it off. They don't know what the circumstances were with regard to that document either, and why it was prepared by the 2 individuals who were involved in it. They don't know that. Very importantly, Mr. Jepson testified based on all the circumstances. He did not see any evidence to suggest that Mr. Price intended to defraud them or intended to deceive them. He simply believed that this boat was worth at least $150,000, which is the amount it was insured for. And that makes sense. Why would you insure a boat for less than its value? And that's what people do. So all he was asking for is for Farm Bureau to honor the policy and pay $150,000 to fix his boat. He never asked for $215,000. There's nothing in there that ever suggests he ever did ask for $215,000. Mr. Jepson made the statements. He said, provide me anything that you can come up with which might show a value. Okay, now, again, if we assume, if the court wants to assume he or someone dropped it off on his behalf, I don't think you can do that. It's a critical element of the case. Even if you did that, the circumstances that surrounding that document are critical. Was it intended to be a bill of sale or a written document verifying what the 2 parties had into it together when they fixed it all up and built it? Now the second thing is, what was the value of the boat? Was it $215,000? We don't know that. I can tell you that I can't testify because of obviously many reasons here, but a custom boat is far different than an assembly line boat. The materials are different, the welding's different. There's a ton of differences between a custom boat, a ton of them. than a fabricated boat off the assembly line. That's why people order them. Now, if you think about that, and I've looked at whitewater trips on the Hells Canyon, which is where I used it, places like that, you better have an awfully good boat. It's treacherous, your life's at stake. So he not only found the best boat he could find, but he put a ton of extras in it, which they acknowledge some of, but they never valued any of them. They never increased the value by all those extras that they agreed and were in their notes that they were included. So essentially, they didn't bother valuing this custom boat as it existed when it was damaged. All they did was took a fabricated boat off an assembly line and used that boat without any adjustments, without any information about this boat that would increase the value, and used that to get off cheap. And then they used a company called CCC, which is, I won't go into that, that's another day, but they're notorious for this. But anyway, the other thing is that then they came to court and filled out an affidavit of probable cause, saying he submitted a fraudulent bill of sale for a 2006 21-foot boat. Well, that doesn't involve it. It's not true. That's not what it was. And the bill of sale is not a 2021 26 boat. So they got a warrant for his arrest and a complaint and filed his charge based upon a false and actually an incorrect probable cause statement.
By the way, I think it was just a summons.
It was a summons, Your
Oh,
Honor, that's correct.
that's probably true, it was a summons. Nevertheless, he's faced a charge based upon a false probable cause statement. I think that matters. Anyway, it's just, the probable cause statement is not for the boat, which is claimed to have been affected by this bill of sale. I have some trouble with this all the way along because I don't know what this boat was worth. And the more I looked it up over the weekend, and the more I studied all the accessories and all the things that went into this, and the differences between custom and assembly line boats, they haven't even come close to giving you any figure what was worth to show that anything was fraudulent. We don't know if it was worth, we don't know what it was worth, okay? I can tell you that I can't tell you that, he didn't testify yet, but he believes that boat was worth far more than what he paid for it, and then he put a ton of money into it. But that's not reflected anywhere. So if they can't prove he dropped off that and provided that bill of sale, and they can't prove that the value is somewhat substantially less than $215,000, or in fact that's not exactly fair, because all they ever asked for is the boat to be fixed at $149,000. So nowhere did he make a claim for $215,000. It was just some evidence to show what somebody thought it was worth. And so I don't think they've done anywhere near enough to convince his court that he intentionally deceived Farm Bureau. In fact, it appears to me he was treated very poorly on this boat with Farm Bureau, and they give him a very poor figure without a foundation for his boat under the circumstances. So I would ask the court to dismiss this matter. Thank you.
Mr. Camp, you get the final word.
Your Honor, just again, I guess to me the value, we spent a lot of time on the value of the boat. The value of the boat really is irrelevant to the state. And then, there's a difference between a bill of sale saying I purchased something for X amount and an estimate, or like a CCC report. There's all sorts of different ways that you can present the value of a boat. Mr. Price could have, again, given a written statement and said, I made $100,000 in repairs, so I want to get this. That's how you present the value of a boat to an insurance company. That's not what happened here. Mr. Price, again, on multiple occasions, was dishonest with regards to the purchase price of this boat. He submitted a document to the insurance company for $215,000 on one occasion, and another occasion for the DMV. I'm assuming, I guess, to maybe avoid some taxes claimed that he paid $20,000 to the boat, which again, there's no evidence to substantiate that number. We also heard from the actual person who sold Mr. Price the boat. We know the purchase price, so that is evidence of the actual value, because that's what Mr. Price actually paid for the boat. So again, I think there's fraud on multiple levels here, and I think the state has met their burden. Thank you.
I need to see the exhibits, and I'm gonna take maybe just a 5-minute recess. Should be really short, but I just want to look at those. I haven't had a chance to actually look at the exhibits. I think it was exhibits 1 through 3, was it?
Correct, Your Honor, 1 through 3.
All rise.
Let's go back on the record. We're back on the record in State versus David Dwyane Price. This is case number CR 1026-1649. Before I make my findings, I'll just note that the court looks at Idaho Criminal Rule 5.1, subsection B, for the standard for a preliminary hearing. And the first sentence of that subparagraph says that if the magistrate finds that a public offense has been committed, that's number 1. And number 2, and that there is probable or sufficient cause to believe that the defendant committed the offense, the magistrate must immediately require the defendant to answer in the district court. So first of all, there has to be a public offense, and second of all, there has to be probable or sufficient cause to believe that the defendant committed that public offense. There's probably many cases that have defined probable cause for preliminary hearing purposes. One of those is State versus Reyes. It's an Idaho Court of Appeals case found at 139 Idaho 502. It's from 2003. And it sets forth a good description or definition of what that term means at a preliminary hearing. There the court said the term probable cause, as it was used regarding preliminary hearings, or as it is used regarding preliminary hearings, was defined in State versus Gibson as the establishment of a belief by a reasonable person that the defendant had probably or likely participated in the commission of the offense charged. Farther down, the Court of Appeals continued and said, at the preliminary hearing, the state is not required to prove the defendant guilty beyond a reasonable doubt. A finding of probable cause need only be based upon substantial evidence. At the hearing, the state need only show that under any reasonable view of the evidence, including permissible inferences, it appears likely that an offense occurred and that the accused committed it. So with that, I'll just note a couple of things. Well, Exhibit 1 is purported to be a bill of sale from the seller Neil Andrus to David Price, that it was for a 2005 Northwest boat with the whole identification number ending in H405. And I'll just note that the sale date on that reported bill of sale was January 12th, 2022. And that the true selling price as listed there was $215,000. State's Exhibit 2 is an application for certificate of title. And it indicates here that the purchaser or hyphen owner, name and address, was David Dwyane Price and Tavia Lynn Thompson, has an enlisted or on that. And there it is, the application date is January 13th, 2022, which would be the day after the date listed in the Exhibit 1. And it also indicates that the purchase date was January 12th, 2022. So the same date that is listed in Exhibit 1. And it does list that the gross sales price was $20,000. And that application for certificate of title was submitted to the Idaho Transportation Department. Next exhibit is State's Exhibit 3. This is a handwritten, what purports to be a bill of sale. And it says, I, Dave Price, bought a 2005. I'm having a hard time reading here. It looks like, the one word I can't read real well, trucked trailer or trucker trailer. And 2005 Northwest jet boat, whole number with H405 is the last 4 digits. From Aaron J. Eckert. It's got what appears to be either it's like a phone number perhaps. And then it says on January 12th, 2022, in the amount of $20,000. The boat and trailer are sold as is. Has a buyer's signature and seller's signature with a date there of 1/12/22. Again, that's the same date, January 12th, 2022, that's on the first exhibit. Now, Mr. Eckert testified that that was his signature, but that the rest of the document was not anything that he wrote out, and that was not not accurate, as the sale was actually for $86,500. Court finds that evidence was presented at trial today that Riley Jepson, who was the defendant's agent at Idaho Farm Bureau, was kind of playing the middleman role between the adjuster and Mr. Price, and was Mr. Jefferson testified that the adjuster was having a hard time finding comparables for the boat, so he was asking for other documents that could establish the value of the boat, such as a bill of sale. Mr. Jefferson testified that he encouraged Mr. Price to bring in a bill of sale multiple times. And then at some point, a bill of sale was dropped by his office. That was State's Exhibit 1. And that is the document that then was submitted to the adjuster. And that's again the one that lists the quote, true selling price of $215,000, close quote. Also, the investigator at the Idaho Department of Insurance, Carl Fromm, he testified that he had called the defendant, Mr. Price. They had a phone call. They didn't actually meet in person, but that they did talk over the phone. And one of the things that he testified was that he believed that he did mention the 2 different bills of sale during that phone call with Mr. Price. And back to State versus Reyes. Again, the standard being, for probable cause at a preliminary hearing, a belief by a reasonable person that the defendant had probably or likely participated in the commission of the offense charged, and that the state need only show at a preliminary hearing that under any reasonable view of the evidence, including permissible inferences, it appears likely that an offense occurred and that the accused committed it. And I'm looking at the criminal complaint filed in this case. The state alleges that this incident, not the crash, not the initial claim for loss or any of those things, but that on or about July 31st, 2024, that the defendant, David Price, presented a false statement to the insurance company Farm Bureau that he had paid $215,000 for the boat. Note that on or about July 31st, 2024, Mr. Jeppesen testified that he forwarded the bill of sale that was dropped off at his office to the adjuster on July 30th, 2024. So that would be within 1 day of what's alleged in the criminal complaint. That certainly fits the on or about. The state's not required to prove that the incident occurred on the exact date, but just that it was on or about July 31st, 2024. Court finds that when looking at all of the evidence, including permissible inferences, that the defendant, David Dwyane Price, did in fact submit a false statement to his insurance company that he had paid $215,000 for the boat when he had not paid that amount. And whether the boat was worth more or less, or whether it was worth $86,000 or $150,000 or whatever it was, that's not what the alleged crime is. The alleged crime is that Mr. Price submitted a false statement through his agent to the adjuster that he had paid $215,000 for the boat. And in fact, he had not paid that amount for the boat. The evidence presented was that he had paid $86,500 when he bought it from Mr. Eckert. So based on that, I do find there is probable cause to bind Mr. Price over to the district court for an arraignment. Obviously, this is not a standard, the standard at a preliminary hearing is not the standard that would be applicable at a trial. That will be something that will have to be addressed in the district court. But for preliminary hearing purposes, I do find that the state has met its burden of showing that a public offense has been committed, specifically insurance fraud, and that the defendant, David Dwyane Price, committed that offense. So with that in mind, there will be an arraignment before Judge White. And that will be on July 13th at 8:45 a.m. Mr. Price, I'll just give you two directives. Number one, you must attend all future hearings. And number two, you must stay in good contact with your attorney.
You know, is there a week later date than that I could use? I know I have a medical.
We could look at that. Let's see if Judge White could do it the following Monday. I think July 13th is a Monday, so maybe the 20th.
Yeah, that'd be fine. If that
Let's
works.
make sure that Judge White do arraignments every, we're gonna have to look, but we'll figure that out here.
All right, thank you.
And the clerk will hold that up and let me know.
I think so, Judge Thompson looks like he might be covered, I don't know, but he does have his.
There'll be a district judge here, apparently, it might not be Judge White, but, so somebody might be filling in for him, but that'll be July 13th, excuse me, I just said the wrong thing, July 20th, 2026 at 8:45 a.m. So
Thank you, Judge.
that's the date of your next hearing, Mr. Rice. All right, that's all, court is adjourned for today.